Welcome back to the TikTok show. I am your host, Ryan Heelan, and I have a very special guest today. She has over 2 million followers on TikTok and over 230,000 followers on Instagram. She's hilarious. I'm sure you've seen one of her videos all over the internet. Please welcome to the show, Estefania Saavedra. Estefania, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me, Ryan. I'm super excited. By the way, please don't take this in a wrong way or anything, but my name is, you say Estefania.
Say it one more time.
So it's kind of like Stephanie and then at the at the end.
Oh, okay. Well, my apologies. I'll work on that. So next interview, I'll be much better.
You know what? I'm so used to like saying like, yeah, that's my name, and I just kind of let it go because I really don't have a problem with it.
Right.
But I was like, you know what? I don't. I'm pretty sure someone's gonna be like, that's not how you say it.
I don't like this guy. I'm gonna correct him right now.
No.
Now, I have to say, I love your videos because they're so unique and they're hilarious. Have you always been this funny with this big personality? Like, when did you start making TikToks?
So I actually started in like the peak of COVID 2020. I had actually recently left my job. I was kind of miserable there. And then, everybody had to take a break because, we couldn't go anywhere. So I was like, you know what? I just want to start making videos and kind of do them for myself. I literally it made me feel better. Like it was just really a cool thing to do. And TikTok was like, so exciting to watch, especially because we didn't really have nothing to do. So that's what I pretty much started. I never really per se would say like I'm a comedian or anything like that, but I just loved always like just having a good time, making people laugh. That's something that I've always liked to do.
Right. Now, you said, you left your job and now you're doing social media. Was that like a big leap of faith decision to do? Or was it something you were like, it was overdue? Was it overdue to quit your job, or was this scary for you?
It was definitely scary. I was in a very, very low place then. We had just recently moved from Florida to Houston, and I had transferred, but I was just not happy there. And I felt like I was getting nowhere. So I was like, I need to make a change for myself. If not, I'm gonna
right.
So but then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna do something different. I want to just do something. And then that's when TikTok pretty much kind of took over. And then I never imagined in a million years me doing something that I actually love. And I love doing this.
Right. Well, I mean, like I said, your videos are hilarious, from your tiny hand sketches to all the things you do. Where does your humor come from? Like your inspiration? Are you a fan of other comedians or your family? Where do all these ideas come from?
So I would say mostly like my dad. My dad, he's such a person of, uplifting and just like always seeing the glass half full type of person. So I've always been really attracted to that. I'm like, you know what? I always love positivity and just making people laugh and entertaining them. But I'm pretty sure it was mostly like my dad and my mom. And I think also all the things that I kind of went through, like I think all of the comedians, everything that they go through in life kind of was just like, well, maybe it wasn't funny then, but it's funny now. So I'm like, I think it's kind of relatable. So I think that's what, kind of get where I get like my funnies at times.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it seems like you're a very family oriented person, which I love. How has your family kind of reacted to all the success you've had over the past couple of years?
So at first they were like, oh, well, this is such a funny hobby.
Right.
They were like, and to be honest with you, I can't blame them because I was like, I really was doing this just for fun and for myself. But as it started growing and when my first video went viral, I was like, I don't know if this can really happen. Right. And ever since, it really has. It's really opened my eyes to how much of I can make this as a career. And it's, it can really happen. So once they saw like, hey, I'm getting paid, I'm working with different brands, I'm getting invited to different events. They're like, oh, okay, so when's your next video coming up? Right. And so they were always supportive, but they first thought it was a hobby.
Right. It went from
but they're super supportive.
Yeah, it's like a practical supportive now. Like now they see kind of everything that happens behind the scenes and they see what you're really doing.
Yes, for sure. Like my husband is supportive, and my parents and my friends. So that's always great to have.
Right. Now, I'm sure the past 2 years have been like a whirlwind for you and you just have been doing things you never imagined. But like, has there been one specific event or like somebody commented on your video that made you like your mind explode because of like what you're doing now?
Oh man, I think I've had a lot of those.
Right. Which that's not a bad problem to have.
Yeah, it just when I feel like it kind of opened my eyes to, I'm like, wow, this is really happening. When I actually started working with TikTok, they actually hired me it was called Camp Creator. And I was actually teaching other like major brands to kind of help them with TikTok. And then it just kind of like clicked on me. And I was like, this is really happening. Like this is my career now. Like I'm teaching huge brands on how to use TikTok. So that was amazing.
Did you ever feel like, I mean, you're obviously very qualified to do that, but was there a moment for you that you were like me, like, you want me to do this? Like do you have any background in marketing or anything like that or what?
I still ask my question, that question. I'm like, do I me? You really want me? I'm qualified. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I love it so much that I really dedicate myself to, and I taught myself how to use TikTok. I taught myself how to edit videos and photos. I didn't know any of that. So just like by learning and just teaching myself and just being consistent with that, I learned so much from it. And it's crazy. I still ask myself that, like, really me? But it's really great. It's a blessing.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, like I said, you're so funny, but have you felt like your humor has advanced at all? Like, where do you draw comedy from? Like your life experiences, your friends? How has this transition over the last couple of years like shaped the way you think about life?
Oh man. So yeah, like I have so many ideas about, like what to do with comedy, because I feel like it's infinite. You can do so many things with it. The same thing with music. There's so many ways. You grab one idea and then you mix it with a different, thing, and you add this beat and that. So I feel like comedy can do that as well, and especially with TikTok, if you see a trend, everyone is going to use the same sound, but everyone is going to tweak it a little bit and make it their own. So that's what I kind of like to do. Like I want to make comedy like my own. That way it can be relatable. And then also I have a lot of inspirations, like Call Me Chris was one of the first people that I actually saw that use the tiny hands. And I was like, I want to buy some tiny hands and just play with it. Honestly, I never intended to use it for videos until I was like, you know what? Like, this would be hilarious. And who would have thought that was actually going to be a thing? And people really draw to that. And it's amazing. Comedy for me is infinite. And I try to come up with, just relatable things and people that are just kind of are going to connect with me in that same level, comedy wise.
Right. Yeah. You have to think there's so many people on TikTok that even if your video hits a very small amount of that number, it's still a lot of people in comparison to like how many people are actually on the app. So yeah, absolutely. Now, going viral on the internet can be tricky. Like it's great, but it's full of a lot of ups and a lot of downs. What has been one thing you've kind of learned either about yourself or that you have gotten stronger in since you've been viral on the internet?
Taking breaks is okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I first started TikTok, I literally got to work. I did not want to stop. I wanted to keep going and keep going and keep going and keep going, to the point that I literally just kind of burnt myself out. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I never fully recovered because I kept wanting to go back and just doing videos that I was like, no, so recently I actually took like a 3 weeks of a break. And I was like, you know what? That was so much needed, because now I feel a little bit more, there's more clarity, and I have a whole bunch of ideas written down, and it's just kind of made it a little bit just like a weight has lifted off my shoulders a little bit, and that's okay, because there's other things. yeah, I have also, I'm married and I have my friends that they want to see me, and my family and my house. It's just so many things. Which, yeah, taking breaks is okay. But also at the same time, which kind of like completely goes the other way, is being consistent is also, a really good thing for you to have. So consistency is also a key to continue to grow. But it's just how you manage and you balance those. That's the key ingredient to, making it.
Yeah, for sure. No, I think like when people start going viral on TikTok, they just almost go too fast, and they want to like, how long is this going to last? I want to hold on to this as long as I can. And then that's when they get burnt out, and then you stop being consistent. So it's like a domino effect of, if you don't take care of yourself now, then it's going to come back to hurt you later on. So
Exactly.
yeah, I agree 100%. Now, you said you did, you've kind of talked with a lot of brands, but you are in a position where other creators look up to you, and I think people want to be like you. So what advice would you have for creators who are fans of yours that want to do what you do for a living?
Just do it. I mean, like the Nike check. I mean, I feel like I'm kind of taking their logo, but some people they always wait. Well, maybe tomorrow, maybe when I get that perfect ring light, maybe when I get that perfect camera. It's never going to be as perfect. You just have to start somewhere, because I just started, and then everything else just kind of came along. Like I started learning how to do different things and editing, and then working with brands and talking and letting them know my rates, and that all comes with the experience. But you have to start today. Don't leave it for tomorrow. And when you get that perfect equipment, just do it.
For sure. I think like this is one of those things you can't really plan out. Like if you can't sit down and plan out this, and this. Like you learn as you go, and you have to think on the fly. So yeah, it's difficult, but when you figure it out, I think it makes a lot of sense. Now
it'll click.
Yeah, exactly. Now you're huge on TikTok. You're huge on internet. What's next? I think a lot of people kind of get lost in this step of like, now I have some followers on the internet. What am I going to do now? So what are some goals you have for yourself over the next couple of years?
So I definitely want to continue with social media. I want to expand, maybe do YouTube as well. And then also maybe venturing out into acting and doing some, even if it's like local, just like commercials and stuff. Just to kind of get the feel. I've always been a lover of musical theater and plays. I was actually a thespian in high school.
Wow.
I did like shows and plays. So that was always a passion of mine, but that's something that I definitely would be open into doing.
Right. Absolutely. Well, I mean, you have the personality for it, and I think you would absolutely kill as that is your career. Is there anything you'd like to leave the viewers with at all? Anything, advice, where can they follow you on social media? What do you have before we go?
Yes, definitely. You can follow me at Estefi Savvy. And that's ESTEFISAAVY. Sorry, it's so long. But that's on TikTok, on Instagram, and I wouldn't be here with any of all my followers. Thank you so much for everything, for the support. And then just go out there and do what you love. Do it, because life is so short. So just go for it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for being here. We will tag all of your links in the description. Please keep being yourself and inspiring so many people. You've already changed so many lives, and that's just the start for you in your career. Guys, make sure you follow her on all her social medias, and make sure you follow me for more great interviews. Thank you.